So recently I've been going over the Deepwoken leak videos, and one thing that I've noticed is that some of the Flamecharm users, when they use their abilities, they set themselves on fire. Look carefully what happens to his health bar as I play this video in slow motion. We can see that even though he's the one hitting his enemy with fire abilities, he's setting himself on fire, and he's taking damage as well. I've given this video a lot of thought, and I've developed some theories about what the cause of this self-burn could be. So my first theory is related to a spell mechanic that Ragusa covered in his livestream with Infinasu.
So if you time your click to that sound, it'll come out immediately instead of a full second later.
So essentially in Deepwoken, when you use grab moves, there's like a audio cue, and you need to click immediately as soon as you hear like the bell ringing. And if you do that, the ability will come out faster, so enemies will have less time to react, and you can also feint the ability into other abilities as well. For the fire moves, there could be some similar cue which you have to click on time, and if you don't, then the ability damages yourself, and that's sort of like a negative payoff, so that fire is balanced. This is sort of similar to backcasting in Rogue Lineage, because if you mess up your spells, then there's like a punishment for that. The reason why I don't think this theory is that likely to be true is because we haven't seen any other elements being able to backcast their own abilities, so it doesn't make any sense why it would only apply to fire. Now the next theory is personally the one that I believe is the most likely to be true. We've seen that in Deepwoken you can equip talents that match your element in order to augment your playstyle. My theory is that since we see some people burning themselves and some people aren't burning themselves, the reason why is because there is probably a talent that gives you extra damage or some sort of reward, like extra speed, extra cooldowns, or something like that, in exchange for burning yourself when you use fire abilities. If this is true, then this is the first talent that we've seen in Deepwoken, at least for the public, that is a double-edged sword, in that it helps you, but it also harms you as well, by setting yourself on fire. In this image, we can see an example of a talent that is specifically focused on one element, which is fire, and this is very similar to the talent that I proposed existed. Also in the image, we see a talent called Flamecharm, which could potentially be the one that I'm talking about. If this theory is true, I think that's a very good thing for Deepwoken, because it shows that there's more build diversity than just equipping things which give you extra damage. You can choose to have abilities which harm yourself in exchange for extra payoff, or you could play it a bit safer if that's what you want to do. The key thing is that we have a lot of choice in Deepwoken, and we can choose a build that suits our playstyle.
They say I'm way too obsessed and I've got nothing left, and I'm not quite there yet, but those words they'll regret, cause I've got something left and I'm not giving in. I will not let them win, I won't stop till the end, no.